All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the countdown now.
Okay.
Mm, All right. And five, four, three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Thirsty Topics. Hey, how's it going, Wander?
Man, it's going, my brother. It's going so well that I got to slow it down. It's been such a beautiful, beautiful day today. What about you?
Nice. You know what? Everything's going great as well. I cannot complain. A little bit cooler than I want it to be, but still a nice day outside. No rain today.
Hey, I guess we're gonna get that this weekend, you suppose?
Unfortunately, they said there's a chance of it, but I'm hoping that it doesn't come through. So we'll see.
I'm with you. I hope not as well, that we don't get it. But Father's Day is coming up. Are you ready for
Mhm.
Father's Day?
Yes, I am. I got the
Oh,
best
okay.
Father's Day gift in the world. I got a wonderful wife, and my son's in town visiting me. So
Oh, because he's in college, correct?
actually, he just graduated.
He just graduated. Oh my goodness. Okay, and he didn't come back home, huh?
Yeah, he just came back home to visit. I can't see him coming back here to the burbs, so you know how that is with youngsters these days. So
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. But yeah, I tell you what, the weather's just been great, and it was great for one of our topics that we're going to talk about a little bit later. Everything was just wonderful. The atmosphere was really, really blessed today, at least in my life. Yes.
well, it's blessed for all of us.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, for sure, for sure. So
Well, we're going to start off with our first topic. Not the greatest topic in the world, but we definitely need to address it. But it seems to be going on that teens are being recruited on gaming sites to commit crimes. So, an ABC News investigation warns parents about criminal gangs using gaming sites to recruit children as young as 13 years old to commit real world crimes with deadly consequences. Looking into this story, Wander, some of the things that was discovered was kids committing, taking people's lives,
yeah,
um, committing, mass theft.
yeah,
It's really a big problem
yes.
overseas, but I guess legal authorities are starting to see that drift over here into the United States. So I'm
Wow.
just, I mean, we've seen this before with criminal organizations, preying on young children, making them think that, hey,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to face any real time, which we know that if the crime is bad enough, that's not true. So, well, what do you think about that, Wanda?
That's scary. That's a real scary thought when we see, and we know that parents have to be more attentive to their children. It's the summertime. It's so easy. Everybody want to enjoy life and stuff like that, but you have to keep an eye on your children, and it goes back to uh, being able to supervise what it is that they're watching, what they're doing, because as you say, there are so many dangers for our children when they're not supervised, and it's selfish for the adults to whatever's going on in your life that you don't have the time to watch what your children are doing, because of course we just had the teen takeovers. That's part of all this, but to target people, to kill them, that's not fun. That's a crime.
And the other thing, Wanda, is I don't know how, as adults we're going to do it, but we need to really hit home with these kids that this whole idea that where you're underage, you're not going to get much time. That's not totally true. If you do a misdemeanor, like you steal a piece of candy or whatever, that's one thing. You go out and take someone's life or use a gun, guess what? They're charging you as an adult, and they don't get that.
Rude awakening.
Yes, yes. I mean, I've seen stories of kids getting 10, 20, 30 years in prison for stupid stuff they have no business doing. And I think it's more than one issue that needs to be dealt with. Obviously, on the child level, but I think, and I've said this before, one of the big problems is we have grandparents that are 30 something years old now. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
So if they're not able to take care of themselves and raise themselves, they can't raise their children. It's not that they don't want to, they literally don't have the tools necessary to do so because they can't do it for themselves.
And you know what? Just even thinking about this topic, gaming should be fun. It,
Yes.
it shouldn't be something that's deadly. And I can remember I was living in Nashville at the time, and I stopped by. It was we were getting clients because it was before the stadium was built, and we were getting the African American contractors to be a part of the Titans. And I went by one gentleman's house, and while I'm waiting on him to sign these papers, I'm waiting in the living room, and this little kid is on this gaming called, oh God, it was back in the 2000s, but
Mhm.
it was machine guns. I'm like, oh my God. And I asked the
Call of
guy,
Duty, was it Call of Duty?
no, it's one of it was in the 2000s or early 2000s.
Was it Grand
Uh,
Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto.
Ooh.
And I'm going,
How
I
old
asked the
was
guy, I said, oh my God, I said,
how old
this
was the
little
kid?
kid is, pardon me,
How old was the kid?
he maybe 7, 8 years old. And so I
Wow.
said, oh my God. I said to the guy, this kid, I said, did you see the game he's playing? I said, he's trying, he said, oh, we got to keep the generation going. I hurried up and got what I needed and got up out of there. But it was just really a shame to see that these gamings are manipulating vulnerable minds. And these kids, they're thinking that this is the way of living.
But you know,
And it's,
it takes it a step further. The reason why I'm
mhm,
very shocked at that specific game, Grand Theft Auto, um, without getting too deep into it, that game involves taking people's lives.
yeah.
There's sex involved in there. There's gambling, drugs. That's why I
Oh,
looked at you like, how old was this kid?
oh
Yeah,
no. Yeah, he was, yeah.
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 That's not a game for a child.
And he's chopping people up. I'm going like, I don't like to see blood. I'm going like, oh my God.
Mhm.
Get me out of here, Lord. You get me out of here. I promise. And then his response wasn't something I was looking for. But it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking to see that our young people are out here now gaming, murdering people.
Mhm.
There's nothing good that's going to come out of that. They're going to ruin their lives. The parents are going to, should be held accountable if they're minors. I'll tell you what a solution is.
What's that?
It's called the Ticket Program. David Page created, and you definitely need to have him on your show. The Ticket Program, it's an accountability program, and it's designed for the home. There's a home version. There is a school ride version, and then there's a classroom version for teachers that are having issues trying to teach other people's children. And they have to sign a contract. It's a rewards at the end of the week if they don't have so many tickets. 0, 3, I think 3 to so many tickets. I don't want to mess the program up, but it's a rewards program, and it makes them accountable because it's easy to blame somebody else. So a parent, even if you're a single parent, it works as if it's a husband or a wife in the house because it makes them accountable. Don't just give them things, make them earn it. The churches can use them. When I saw in Chicago this teen takeover,
Mhm.
there were at least 5 mega pastors that said, those are our kids. I haven't seen them talk about it anymore or be on the news about it anymore, but the churches can benefit from this program. The world needs this program. Every city, every household. It brings them back to being respectful and don't just give them anything.
That's actually an excellent idea.
You need
And
to talk to David Page. Yes.
yeah, I think that's a great idea because something needs to be done.
Oh,
Something definitely
absolutely,
needs to be done.
absolutely. Because you have to look around. When you see a kid now, kids are supposed to be vulnerable. So now you got to start looking around, looking, watching everything you do, being paranoid when you see children. Mm-mm. No, okay, but anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna talk about something that's gonna put a smile on everyone's face.
Okay,
Now, I have to admit, when it comes to basketball, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
okay.
But I do want to give props to the New York Knicks, who has just won the NBA championship after a 53-year drought.
Wow.
So I have to give kudos to them and say congratulations to them. It was great for them to do that.
And I was so excited for them. San Antonio, those guys, they are something to be reckoned with in the future. But because of everything you just said, 53 years, oh my goodness. And then they had a little jinky moment and they came back from that jinky moment and they took it. So I am very, very, very much proud. And I say to them, congratulations, because, practice, as I say, that there's proof that there was a lot of practice in this, perseverance pays off. And they were very perseverant.
Oh yeah. The one thing I really want to tip my hat off to is pretty much for almost all the games, the Spurs have started off with the lead and sometimes gigantic leads. And the New York Knicks kept their composure. They stayed tight as a unit
Yeah.
and they never gave up. Regardless of what that scoreboard said, they never gave up. And a lot of people can learn from that. No matter how hard times get,
Yeah.
once you give up mentally, it's over.
It's over.
And they understood that. And I really tip my hat off to them for that.
And you saved that particular comment because that fits right into this networking that we talked. That I sent you a text message that's about to go down. So stay tuned, guys. But it goes to show that timing matters. Sometimes the wait is long, but the victory, man, is worth it. It's worth it. It's worth, waiting for this. I mean, 2 million people showed up for a parade today.
Mm.
And then it ended up somebody shooting, somewhere around there. But 2 million people showed up in the beginning and they celebrated because we're just in a time right now, Lawrence, that there's so much negativity around us. This is I told you something about this day was so prophetic, that it was so powerful from things in the news. There were some bad things, but a lot of good things in the news, including this parade, to see that people, were unifying, because that's what it's about, man. It's time for us to start unifying.
Yes, definitely. And even after winning the championship, I was really impressed at how poised, relaxed, and calm even the star players were, where they
Yeah,
didn't let it go to their head.
yeah,
They understood how important this moment was, but they were very appreciative. And whenever you ask them, even the MVP, what made you do it? How'd you get
yeah,
through this? It's always us, our team. It's always us. We did this. We did. It wasn't no I there. And that's what a team is built on because it goes back to you can have the greatest player of all time. And we've seen this in the past where they could go out and score 60, 70 points a game, but still lose the game because the other team shuts down
teamwork.
everybody else.
Yeah,
So no matter how great you are, you have to have that team around you. It has to be the right
absolutely.
people because it's like making a cake where one slight ingredient, because I actually cook, so one slight ingredient literally changes the texture and the taste of that cake. Same thing when you're playing sports, and same
Absolutely.
thing in life too.
Yeah. Yeah, but I want to ask our audience: do you guys think that this starts a new destiny, or is it just a one-time run? What do you guys think about that? And where does the championship rank in the NBA history? So,
Mhm.
do you all think it's the one and done?
I would love to find out what our fans think. I really would because they are very vocal. Let me tell you. So
And,
So
and look, and one of the biggest thing is, do we think Jalen Bronson now is one of the greatest Knicks ever? How many? 60? He scored 60 points or
I want to
60,
say it was close to. If it wasn't, it was very close to it. Yeah.
close to, yeah, that was a lot. I believe I saw 60. I went, what? I remember hearing a six something. So maybe, yeah. I said one person scored all of that. So yeah, so I just enjoy. I'm so happy for New York, and New York just needs it because New York gets a bad rap,
Yeah.
and I saw the different interviews when all the people were friendly. Even the people from New York were saying that all the people were friendly to one another because New York is known to be cold. People just walk past you, but everybody came together, and it was really, really a great thing. Legends were born.
Yeah. And actually, the MVP has a strong tie to the Chicagoland area. He's actually from the Chicagoland area.
Oh.
Uh, I forgot what school he went to, but yeah, he's from the Chicagoland area.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we got that connection. So we're all connected. We all connected some way, some shape, somehow. Yeah. So
That's
I'm
true.
kudos to the Knicks. Yes.
Now, I'm quite sure someone's going to ask us online. Do you think, and this is a what if, do you think the Bulls in their prime would be able to go against this Knicks team right now?
Say that one time. Say that again.
The Chicago Bulls, you remember back in the Jordan days,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
in,
yeah.
in their prime, do you think they'd be better than the Knicks are today?
That's it's is the glass half empty or half full? I guess it's someone's perspective on how they look at that. Because the Bulls, man, that time, that era, man, oh my God. Not to rain on the Knicks or whatever, but yeah, go Bulls. I don't know. I don't know. I think if they continue to play the way they're playing, no I in the team, no I
Mm-hmm.
in the team, I think they can go some places. But I'm not
Oh
gonna
yeah.
put the Spurs down either now. Sorry,
Now,
Spurs.
now, of course, I do have a bias since I am a Chicago Bulls fan,
Yeah.
but it would be kind of fun to see, though.
It would be. It would be great to see. Yeah. So we'll see. Put a pin in it, as they say. Put a pin in it.
Oh yeah, because
Yes.
someone's going to ask that question. It's only a matter of time.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, and we'll get a chance to talk about that again as well.
Um, well, unfortunately, I do have to bring this up. Um, a 21-year-old dies after a bridge jump without attached safety rope in Brazil. So the 21-year-old, her name was Maria Eduardo Rodriguez de Faritas, was participating in a guided rope jumping excursion in Sao Paulo, Brazil, when she was pushed from the Ponto dos Esquito, or Skeleton Bridge, according to local news reports. So, after she was thrown off the bridge, a witness filming the incident shouted in Portuguese, "Guys, the rope." So, what happened was they had her in the air because I actually saw the video,
Yeah.
and they literally threw her off the bridge, and there was no safety rope there. The safety
Okay.
rope was laying on the ground behind. They forgot to attach it. So
Whoa.
they literally threw her to her death.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I got to that one. Oh my God, Lawrence.
Yeah. I wish that this was a typo or whatever, but this is crazy. I personally, even if this hadn't happened, I don't believe in bungee jumps. I think it's crazy personally. I would never jump off a bridge or a high altitude, anything, have someone touching my legs. I'm not doing that. But I don't know, Wanda, would you ever bungee jump before this incident?
Negative, negative, negative. Nada. No way. No, 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 no. It's been a long. It was when I got on a roller coaster. What they call it back in the I think it's a beast now. No way. Um, and more importantly, who you going with? See, it goes back to the lady that was fishing in was it Jamaica? No, it was the Bahamas, wherever it was, a few weeks ago, and she was on top of her boat, and all of a sudden she fell off the boat. No, it's about you being mindful who you're hanging with. Who are you hanging with? But that there's no. Did you say that that was on purpose?
Well, yeah. What happened was the whole idea is like a bungee jump. So they have the rope or bungee cord, whatever, tied to
Yeah,
her, and when they throw her off, then the rope or the bungee cord, whatever, stops her from falling. People do this for a thrill.
yeah.
I know better ways I get a thrill,
Come on now,
but
the thrill is gone. Oh, the thrill is gone, baby. Oh my God.
but again, when they threw her off, a witness looked and was like, "Oh my God, the rope is not attached." So they literally watched this woman fall to her death.
Oh, I couldn't believe that. In this day and age, again, it just goes back, Lawrence, to the atmosphere that we are in. And the heart of the people, it's turning. People, there are so much evil people in the world, but I'm so grateful to know that there's a few of us around here that have a heart. We have a heart for people, for God's people. And I mean, for someone to be that cruel, what did she do to make them so angry or whatever? What?
No, actually, it wasn't anger. I hate to say it like this. It was just stupidity. They literally forgot to attach the rope to her.
See,
That's just like
I told you,
that's
I
just
look
like
at things both sides. Did they really?
just like when you go ziplining. Again, another thing that I would never do. There's a safety harness there. So if something happens, the safety harness catches you. On some of those zip lines, they don't have safety harness. Again, something I would not personally do. Now there are some consequences to what happened with this young lady. The
You're
three
gonna,
men,
you know what? You're gonna hear some more about that story. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the 3 men in the video were arrested and charged on Sunday with homicide with eventual intent per local reports. So even though it was an accident, I believe it was an accident as well. I think it was just a stupid mistake. There are consequences to that stupid mistake.
Oh, I mean, before you see. I got to get past that because before the person jump off, do you? And it's like ready, get set, and that don't you at least get that? Oh, you just push.
See, I don't know because again, I would never do that. So I honestly don't know what the procedure is.
You know what? You need to get people need to get the memo before they start going there doing something because there's no way in the world that you're going to be doing zip lining, a bungee jumping as this young lady did, and the people that was around her. See, I'm telling you that there's two sides, and I always look at both sides. And something is funny about that story because how are you going to push somebody out without first making sure are you ready? And I
Oh, they
can't
didn't
get
push her.
past.
They threw her off. They held her and she was laying on top of them and they literally tossed her over.
So how could that be a mistake? That maybe I haven't seen the video. Maybe I need to see the video because that makes no common sense.
To me, the other thing that's surprising, and maybe she was just excited, is she didn't say, "Hey guys, aren't you going to attach the safety rope to me or something?" I mean, maybe she was so excited she didn't think about it or whatever. But I just I'm one to say that I believe in having fun. There's nothing wrong with a thrill,
But
but I
don't
think these days is going to the extreme. I used to love getting on roller coasters. I don't get on roller coasters anymore because the roller coasters now they want to have them go as high as the Sears Tower. Now I'm old school. I still call it Sears Tower, even though people say it's the Willis Tower now.
right.
But you need to be that. I don't want to be scared to death to have a good time. That's not fun to me. But
That's why I said, don't scare me to death. That's a you said it. I mean, because that is just I can't get past that, and I almost feel I can feel it in my bones. We will be coming back to this subject Not that I told you so, but because they arrested them and then they charged them
Mhm.
with murder. You said they charged with yeah. So
Yeah, the way they
I
worded it was they said they were charged on Sunday with homicide with eventual intent. So basically, and again, I'm not a lawyer, but basically, I think what they're saying is they're responsible for her death, but it's not like a first degree murder where you plan it out to try and take someone out. That didn't happen.
how do we know that, Lawrence? Allegedly, how do we know that? Was she kicking it with one of them? Was it something? I'm telling you. But I'm like you. That wouldn't be the way for me because I just wouldn't. Oh no, no, no. So anyway, I'm just being the devil's advocate when I say that. And for some reason, and the police aren't always correct. Because people get arrested don't mean that but they were charged. So yeah,
Yes.
so that's something to think about. So you better think about your playtime, how you want to play.
Yeah, that's true. And also think about your activities too. You know,
Yeah,
is the worst that can happen with this activity, you can lose your life. Maybe you shouldn't do that.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. But we're gonna put a pin in that one too, because I tell you what, I guarantee we're gonna be coming back to that one to talk again.
Oh yeah. And I feel sorry for her family because that's a
Yeah.
heck of a way to die.
How old
And
was she?
she was only 21. She was young.
21. Oh, yeah, it goes back to the immaturity. Yeah.
And I'm quite sure some of her family may not have been happy with her taking this particular activity, but I just don't understand it personally. To me, there's
Well,
nothing
yeah.
fun about being thrown off of a bridge. To me, it's not fun.
Not at all. And I'm glad that we have the platform that we could talk about that. And for anybody that's watching this episode, they need to really understand that if you're planning, because I know my girlfriend just came back from Jamaica, so she I think she did the zip lining when they were there. So really in another country doing that stuff. Wow. So people do all this when they go on vacation. Like the lady we were talking about on the boat. They got a picture of her on this little bitty boat. Don't tip the boat over. You taking a picture, and next thing you know, was it over with after you took that picture? I don't know. No, some stuff is a little bit too scary for the kid. Mm-mm.
And the other thing too, Wander, is a lot of people don't understand. You sign a waiver before they even let you attempt that.
Yeah.
So which means
Oh
that
yeah.
if you lose your
Tag,
life,
you're it.
9 times out of 10, there is no legal recourse you can take against the company.
Yeah. They cover themselves. Yeah. So you do it at your own risk, as they say. I hate to hear that about this young lady, man, that still had a full life ahead of her. And those the young men that did it. Their life is over as well. So you think about their life, and it goes back to what you said on so many episodes. Have you ever thought about the ones you're going to leave behind?
That's
Your
right.
choices, your free will choices. Yeah,
That is so true.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to pivot to something that's actually a good thing.
Okay,
So, Serena and Venus Williams are going to be playing doubles at Wimbledon.
okay,
So, Wimbledon will host the Williams sisters reunion later this month. Venus and Serena Williams, two of the biggest stars in tennis history, will play doubles together at the British tournament after receiving a wildcard entry on Tuesday.
okay,
Now, the two have won 6 doubles titles together, and the last coming a decade ago, back in 2016. Serena, 44, recently announced a return to competitive tennis, while Venus, who turns 46, actually she turned 46 yesterday, began playing again last year. Neither is slated to play singles, though one wild card entry remains unfilled, which means hey, one of them could get that call. So, what do you think?
okay.
How do you feel about the Venus sisters back together again.
Oh my God, that's legendary. That's legendary for Wimbledon uh, to excite us like this. To excite, oh my God, that's legendary, man. And you know, those sisters changed the game. They changed the game. And to be able to see them performing together, that is huge. That's the what was the Michael Jackson reunion tour, all the different big name people coming back together. That is legendary. I am going to be excited to watch that, and it's probably going to break the internet.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And here's the reality. Both of the Williams sisters are in excellent shape. So
Yes,
just because they're not competing, don't mean they still wasn't on the tennis court.
yes, yes, yes. And you know, you're talking about greatness never fails, and they're going
Hmm.
to prove that greatness never fails, and we're going to be able to see that. To watch these two together is legendary.
Now, do you think that by them being back on the tennis court together, that that's going to kind of maybe re-energize them for the taste of competition, where they may get back into doing singles again?
Well, you know what? I'm into a lot of sports, and I see a lot of guys. They have like 60 and over. These are guys, right?
Hmm.
70. We went to Vegas. They have a baseball team 90 and over. It is a hoot to watch them. So when you see someone that loves the sports that they're in, they maybe they should get a competition close to their age, because there's a lot of people that were into sports as children, teenagers in their 20s, and now, as you say, they're not sitting back. It would be nice to see what's her name, what's the tennis, some of the great tennis players come back together and play, because it's in their field. So
Yes.
they can open up something like that, because to see some of these men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s playing softball, and I'm talking about can throw a ball like a bullet. The rules
Hmm.
changes a lot. Oh my God! I guess it's age appropriate. Like what? I can't follow the rules, and I'm just the number one fan a lot of times. But I think that this would be a awesome, and maybe an awesome move for them to think about getting people in their own age bracket to come back and show some competition, to show that and then they're in the arena to do that. Yes,
It's true. That's very true. I think it's great because I think a lot of people miss that competition. They miss the Williams sisters.
yes,
They've overcome a lot.
yes,
From how they got into tennis, being taught by their father, who actually never played the sport,
yeah,
but learned the sport and taught it to them, and how they've overcome, you know, the competition, the racist
yeah,
things that they've had to overcome,
yes.
and now they're both household names. I mean, their greatness that people can look up to.
And you know what? It's great timing. It's a blessing delayed is not a blessing denied. So the timing is perfect, and it's a blessing, as we were saying, to see these sisters reunite on such a huge platform.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awesome to see that. I'm excited. Have they given a date uh, when they're looking at doing this?
I have to take a look, but it is later this month.
Okay, well, and we'll be back talking about it again. Like, make sure people are tuning in to watch it, and make sure I put it on my DVR. So I
Yeah,
definitely want to see it.
one of the things that I think that we don't talk about enough is what the Williams sisters did too. Is I've seen a lot more African American black tennis players playing than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, we've had Arthur Ashe and we've had other players in the
Yeah,
past, but to have this many at one time. Now, granted, it's still not where we want to see it,
sure.
but the amount that we've
More of a
seen right
presence.
now is 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 very inspiring, and it's very much needed, because it's hard to tell a young boy or young girl, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this. There's nothing stopping you. But it's hard for them to believe it if they don't see it. When they
Yes.
see someone that looks like them, they look at themselves and go, yeah, I can do that. Yes, I can be that. I can't be my own person. I can't do what that person's doing. That's why representation is so important.
I was getting ready to go there, and you just said, we just segue right into that one because that's why it's important for especially African Americans. I think for all athletes or entertainers or whatever, you have a platform that people are watching you. Then you are it is your duty because you're at a level that people are watching what you're doing. So yeah, they want to, everybody want to be like Mike, you know. So as a and some people, I'm not a role model, I'm not this, but whether you are willingly or unwillingly, what you do on that platform when millions of people, including children, are watching your moves, yeah, you are a role model by fault.
Hmm. That is true. So
Yeah.
I tip my hat off. I thought it was great. I think
Yes.
thought it was really, really great. So, well, I
Yes.
would like to pivot to something now. I think most people are going to be happy about this. Some people may have an attitude about it. Teach his own. Everyone has their free will.
Yeah.
But I do want to spend a little extra time talking about the Obama Presidential Center grand opening that took place today.
Yes.
So, the Obama Center, which is on the south side of Chicago, um, I grew up, born and raised in Chicago, opened today, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Didn't have the chance to be there because I'm not
Right.
important, but that's okay. I did watch most of it on TV.
Yeah.
I did record it, so I'm able to rewatch and watch the whole thing. But getting some highlights, there were some great performances there. Some of the performances that took place, you had Stevie Wonder, you had John Legend, you had Common, you
Jennifer
had
Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson,
Oh my God. What's
Christina
Bruce
Aguilera,
Springsteen was
Bruce Springsteen.
there.
It was so many people there. And then also all four of the
President.
previous presidents and their wives were there.
Yes.
That's something you don't see a lot.
You
So that,
don't.
that's a lot.
You know, that's what that was part of my giddiness today when we first got on. It was with me starting my branding with Laura today and her motivating me, and because I missed it as well. But to come home to see the highlights, and hopefully they'll play it again. But to come home and see the highlights, man, this is positive. It's inspirational because we have been living the last year and a half in such negativity. And to just like with New York, we talked about the Knicks and them coming together with unity. Today, Chicago, another big city, came together with a mega event as this presidential center. And it's more than just a building. It's a legacy, hope, relationship, communities coming home to Chicago. And one thing, when I was living in Nashville, and I remember Obama announcing that he was going to be running for senator, and he came from where I grew up in Roseland. I grew up in Roseland. So being in Nashville to hear about Roseland all the way in Nashville, he was a community organizer.
Mhm.
And when he finally won the presidency, I'm scanning through the TV network, and there was my cousin, God rest his soul, my cousin Poochie. And I'm in Nashville seeing people from Chicago that I knew. So to see that he has come full circle to put this platform, he was always about organizing.
Mhm.
The Obama inspired me to do my organization Rock, restore our communities. He inspired people like myself to come together and let your voices be heard. This was phenomenal.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. The performances were off the chain.
Yeah, yeah.
I think my favorite moment was when Michelle Obama got up and spoke. And she was very candor. It was very touching. I
Yes,
felt myself starting to tear up a little bit.
yes, yeah. Obama did too.
And to have your spouse be able to say good things about you, it
While you're
touches you
alive, while you're
it,
alive.
while you're alive. It touches you in a different way. Now, we all know the great things he's done as president,
Mhm.
but your wife sees you when maybe you're not even sure of yourself. Your wife
Yes.
sees you at your lowest points that everybody else
Yes.
don't see you.
Yes.
Your wife sees what you have to go through, but you still push forward. You still make
Yes.
it happen.
Yes.
And the way that he lives his life,
Yeah.
I think personally that the Obama Center, there was only one location. It could be in Chicago. Now, yes, it could have been in Hawaii because that's where he was born, in
Yeah.
Hawaii. But he has so much roots,
Roots
grassroots in
in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yes.
And the one thing I love about it is throughout it, between the young performers, up and coming artists and stuff like that, he made the South Side part of it.
Come
It,
on,
it,
brother.
it wasn't
Yes.
just about him.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Chicago, to me, has gotten a bad rap over the years.
Yes.
Now, yes, there are knuckleheads in Chicago.
Hmm.
Okay, I tell you that.
Everywhere.
But I think that Chicago gets a bad rap because you see this handful of knuckleheads doing these things, and you get the impression that everyone in Chicago is like that. That's not true. When I tell people I was born and raised in Chicago, I'm from the West Side, I had a couple people make an ignorant comment to me. Well, you don't look like you're from the West Side. Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Well, what am I supposed to look like then? Just ignorant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he
Just don't know.
embodies the 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 impression of being his own man,
Mhm.
standing on morals, not letting anything knock him down. Because when he was president, and we all forget this, the Republican Party tried everything in their power to break him,
Mhm.
and he wouldn't let that happen. And he stood strong. That's power. That's
Mhm.
perseverance. That's being able to withstand everything that's being thrown at you. A lot of
And you
people aren't
know,
built.
absolutely, brother. But you know what? No matter your politics, this is history in the making. This is history in the making. And Chicago's South Side, I too came from the South Side. And I too had a comment back in the 80s. I was in school with my girlfriend who called Laura today. We were in school, and when the young lady, she said, "Where do you live?" I told her, because at this time we had moved from Roseland, and we lived, and we called like the 30s, 39 in that area. I said, "Well, we live on the low end. The low end, you look like you were born, you look like you live in the 80s, like Chatham." And I looked at her, the same difference. How do you look like you live in a certain place, But I'm just so grateful that Obama was you mentioned, look at the four different presidents. There were whites, blacks, there were LGBTQ, there were all kinds of people represented today. And I said to
Yes,
myself, that's what America looks like. That's what
yes,
America was founded on.
yes. And the thing that impressed me the most, Wander, was they interviewed people that
Mhm.
came to the event that was in Jackson Park because the actual event itself was invitation only. So what
Right.
they did is they set up screens and other
I
locations
saw
where you can
that.
watch it. But what impressed me the most was people not only coming from suburbs, there were people coming from out of state to come watch this.
Wow.
There
I got
were
goosebumps.
there were white, black, young, old,
Yeah.
Hispanic. It didn't matter. It was like a melting pot that was sitting there in the grass. That's what America's about.
Yes.
And that really, really put a big smile on my face. And what it told me is that no matter how much of this crazy BS that's going on,
Yeah.
America is still a great country and we'll get through this. Not
Yes.
gonna be easy, but we can get through this.
And you know what? And to go back to give to where President Obama came from, this Chicago gave him his roots. You said that Chicago gave him his roots, and for him to have a day such as today, in the midst of the turmoil that we live in, there are a lot of people that can see. I saw a video, it was some months ago, but with everything that was happening, because I think everybody was being okie doke. Remember when Martin Lawrence did that show, and he fought against, I think, Hearns, it was, and he had all these lumps on
Oh,
his head.
yes, yes.
You know, that's the way the world felt like we've been getting lumps on our heads, getting beat down. And then somebody just found the humor and did this video. You know, Obama got this real cool walk, real swagger to his walk, right? He had this nice walk. And they had the song, Baby Come Back, You Can Blame It All on Me. I was wrong. They want him to come back. And it was just so cool how they did that. And all of that hurtfulness that we were going through and that we are going through, that was, man, that was a soft moment, man, to see that. And it made you reflect. That was months ago, but today gave the world and whomever wanted to watch it to see what America used to be, what it was once like, and what it can be again. So this was a powerful message today. And as they said, it's more than just a library, it's more than just a center. It's bringing history
It's true.
and
That
empowerment,
is true.
empowering the people.
That is
Yeah.
true. Now, from the highlights that you've seen, what was your favorite part?
Oh man, all of them. I don't. I mean, every time I say, "Oh, I just got excited over all of it. It was just great seeing all of the celebrities coming together, because we know the celebrities wouldn't come together for other people, but the celebrities came together in numbers. Stevie Wonder, like I said, John Legend, and Common when they did that Glory. Oh my
Hmm.
God, that was just so heartfelt. Jennifer Hudson. Oh my God, Bruce Springsteen looking good. Oh, Bruce was looking good, man. So, oh my God, everybody, the people in the audience watching from the screens, it was
Hmm.
just so you. I don't think you could compare a moment there. It's like the team.
Hmm.
It was a team effort. The whole, it was just a team from the celebrities, from the politicians to the average people that came out and bought their seats in it. For me, I can't even pick a moment. I just
It's
I
true.
wasn't there.
Now, the one thing that I love about his Obama Center
Yes.
is that yes, there's a library there, but it's like a gift to the community.
Yes.
And what I
Yep.
mean by that is you have a replica of his office, his Oval Office when he was in the White House in the center.
Okay.
There's a full NBA regulation size court in there to play basketball. There's gardens and stuff out there. There's a restaurant on site. There's artwork in there. So it's actually for the whole community. It's not just a a remembrance or a dedication to Obama, but also to where he come from, his roots, and a celebration of Chicago.
Yeah.
And it's something that can be enjoyed for all year long, whether it's residents in the neighborhood, people coming in from out of state. Plus, the other thing it
Oh.
did too, we don't talk about it that much, but all
Mhm.
that construction and planning and stuff brought jobs to the South Side too.
Yes.
So it helped out in so many different ways.
This is, brother. This is huge on so many levels, because
Mhm.
it lets you know from whence he's come. Because they took out,
Mhm.
got the picture when he had black hair, and he looked so young. The girls didn't look like women, like they look gorgeous women they are today. And it's something that I have said on my talk shows in Nashville, my talk shows here when my husband was alive, and he had his talk show. We always talked about being self-sufficient. There's
Mhm.
no reason why you have to beg and plead for other people to give you what you need. There's enough of us as African Americans who have made it that we
Mhm.
could pull our resources together. And again, it goes back to rock restore our communities. And so to see that he has not only is talking about it through his speeches, but to actually have a tangible site to bring people together and to motivate people, because it's
Mhm.
sad to see no the Walgreens. There are no There are no Walmarts in the area. I couldn't believe all the looting that some of the people have done. So this is bringing hope to a community, not just African Americans, because where he is Hyde Park, it's mixed.
Hmm.
It's always been a mixed area. So, and then like you said, and the different people coming in, we want everybody to feel welcome. So he just inspired us on so many levels. Inspired us. Father's Day is coming up. Man, he is one of the greatest inspiration of a father. And happy Father's Day to you too, my brother.
Oh, thank you.
And to all of the fathers who are listening and who will listen to this, happy Father's Day. So he's an inspiration. He's an example to follow. A
Yes.
father, a great husband. My God. People tried to put dirt on him. They tried to send him the Obama girls. Y'all remember that? They tried to taint him with that. He is just the epitome of a good man, good father, a good leader. My goodness.
You
Yes.
know, it reminds me of a funny moment that I saw. I don't remember what his exact title was, but he's a member of the executive team that was on the board for the Obama Center. But I forgot what his name is. So I don't want to misspeak. But he wore a tan suit and he said, "Well, I'm just imitating someone who made this suit look good." I'm kind of paraphrasing. And what he
Okay.
was talking about, for some people that don't know, when President Obama was in office, they made a big deal about him wearing the tan suit. You would have thought that he blew up a whole city. So it was ridiculous because he wore a tan suit. so,
Oh my God. Yeah.
so he was kind of teasing on that a little bit. And I kind of laugh at it because it's like when you think about it, it was stupid. Like, really? This is all you have to go on? But that's how
You
much
said it.
they wanted to make his life a living hell when he was president, and he didn't allow them to do that. He held his head high and
Absolutely.
he kept moving forward. Even though they was throwing mud at him, he just brushed it off and just kept moving forward.
And you know what? And like I said, there are many examples because we would laugh and in our private times talking to people like, he was anointed for that position because I don't know if anyone else could have done that with the grace and the poise, the wisdom,
Hmm.
because he had lots of wisdom and he didn't let the emotions get to him. Even when they tried to boo him, they were looking for stuff, trying to set him up on things. So, as you just said, man, he was just a great example. He is a great example, and I pray that people would pick up on that. Whatever, because I always start my show off. What is your purpose? Everybody has a purpose. He
Hmm.
tried to give that message as he was exiting the White House for people to sign up. And just like, we got this other guy, we'll probably talk about him too, that just won in, was it Boston, Baltimore? Was it Boston or Baltimore? One of the guy, he looks like Yosemite Sam. I said, who does he remind me of? But he cheated on his wife, but he was tired of what was happening. Was that
Oh, now I know who you're talking to.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was just a regular, and and see, when you run into politics, man, people would dig up stuff. If they can't, they will plant stuff and dig it up, right? And so this guy came in because he was sick and tired of what was happening where he lived, and so he thought that it was a great way to do, and he's ready for the scrutinies. And boy, were they giving him. And so I think some more things may come out on that. So we will definitely be talking about him. But the thing about what Obama was encouraging people, man, get up and get out, man, do something. My grandson was 17 years old, and because he'll be 18 before November. So he was
Hmm.
able to vote in the primary. I recorded it. And I want people to know that while you're sitting back forfeiting your right to vote, some folk have never voted,
That's
not
true.
realizing the history behind voting. My grandson did it because guess what? The powers that be are trying to set up something right now that you will never vote again.
Yep.
So I
That's,
got my grandson at 17 years old voting, Yeah. So yeah, thank you, President Obama. Thank you for all you've done and all that
thank
you're
you.
gonna do.
Absolutely. This was a great way to end our show. A
Yes,
great, great way to end our show.
yes.
I want to thank everyone for watching us, supporting us. Please continue to support us, and also tell people to watch us on on. You can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us
Facebook.
on Facebook, on all social media, on every podcast streaming network we're on. So help us grow, because I want to bring some new projects out too, and I
Okay.
need some help from you guys in order to do that.
All right.
So again, great show.
Yeah.
Thank you for people watching us on the live. I'm Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Wander P. And peace out.
Bye everyone. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.